The noise of the ancient school is gone. The footsteps of students, the distant echo of shouting, the creaking of moving staircases, it has all been severed. You are now sealed in safety, deep underground, protected by the crushing weight of the earth and the water. Here, in the green chambers, the world above does not exist. There is no wind to rattle the windows, and there is no sun to demand your attention. There is only the stone, the water, and the silence. You are perfectly enclosed. The walls are thick, carved from the bedrock of the castle foundations, and you are held within this sanctuary like a secret kept for 1,000 years. Nothing can reach you here. Find yourself settling into the deepest, darkest corner of the room. There is a large, high-backed armchair waiting for you, upholstered in crushed velvet the color of moss. Let your body sink into it. As you settle, bring your attention to the feeling of weight. You are located beneath the great, murky water. Imagine the millions of gallons of water resting above the ceiling of this room. Visualize that water as a heavy, comforting blanket. It is pressing down on the roof, pressing down on the walls, holding everything still. Let that sense of immense pressure gently push the tension out of your shoulders. Feel your legs becoming heavy, as if they are made of the same gray stone as the floor. Feel your arms sinking into the velvet armrests, your hands uncurling, your fingers becoming loose and useless. The pressure of the lake is hugging you, sealing you in. There is a rhythm here, but it is not the rhythm of breath. It is the rhythm of the water pressing against the thick glass windows. A slow, almost imperceptible thrumming that vibrates through the stone pillars. Listen to the silence. It is not empty silence. It is a muffled silence. The water acts as a dampener, absorbing every sharp noise, leaving only a soft, low-frequency hum. Allow your eyes to close halfway. The light in this room is dim and tinted with a soothing, aquatic green. It washes over your skin, cooling it, calming it. You are safe in the Serpent's hall. You are hidden. You are heavy. Now, let us observe the room. Do not look for anything interesting. Look only for the stillness. Look at the windows. They are not normal windows. They are tall, narrow panes of glass, inches thick, reinforced with iron. Beyond the glass, there is only the green twilight of the great murky water. It is a world of slow motion. Look at the water pressing against the other side of the glass. It is dark, murky, and thick. Occasionally, a stream of tiny silver bubbles rises from the lakebed. Watch one single bubble. See how it wobbles as it ascends. It moves slowly, fighting the density of the water, rising up, up, and out of sight. Then there is nothing but the green gloom again. The light coming through the water is refracted. It casts rippling, caustic patterns on the stone floor of the dormitory. Watching these patterns is hypnotic. Bands of pale light stretch and contract. They move across the rug like slow, lazy snakes. They slide over the leather of a discarded book. They creep up the side of a mahogany table. There is a fireplace in the center of the room. It is vast, with a mantel carved from black marble. The fire is low now. It is not a roaring blaze, but a bed of dying embers. The flames are small and green, created by a special powder thrown in hours ago. They do not crackle loudly, they only whisper, a soft hiss and pop every few minutes. Watch the smoke rise from the embers. It is a thin, gray ribbon. It spirals straight up into the dark chimney, disappearing into the stone throat of the castle. The smell here is distinct. Breathe it in. It smells of old parchment that has been stored in a damp place. It smells of wood smoke and beeswax polish. It is a heavy scent, a sleepy scent. It fills your lungs and makes your eyelids feel even heavier. There is a hint of the lake, too, a mineral, metallic scent of deep, cold water. Look at the walls. The stone is rough-hewn, gray and cool to the touch. Heavy tapestries hang from iron rods. They are old and faded. The tapestries depict medieval scenes, but the colors have dulled to shades of olive, slate, and silver. The threads are worn. They absorb the sound in the room, making it feel even smaller, even cozier. In the corner, there is a writing desk. It is cluttered, but in a static way. Nothing is moving. A quill sits in a brass inkwell, the feather dusty and bent. A roll of parchment sits half unfurled. The ink on the page is dry. The words are forgotten. No one is working now. The work is done. The year is over. Dust motes dance in the shaft of green light falling from the window. They are suspended in the air. Watching them is the most important task you have. Follow one single speck of dust. It floats to the left, then it stops. Then it floats slowly down. It lands on the velvet of your chair and becomes part of the fabric. The air in the room is cool but not cold. It is a stagnant, preserved coolness, like the air inside a library that has not been opened in a century. Look at the pillars that support the low ceiling. They are carved to look like coiled serpents. The stone scales are smooth from centuries of hands touching them. The serpents do not look threatening. They look asleep. Their stone eyes are closed. They are holding up the roof so you do not have to. Outside the window, a piece of lakeweed sways. It is a long, dark ribbon of plant matter. It drifts lazily to the right. Then the current shifts, and it drifts lazily back to the left. Back and forth, endless, monotonous, predictable. The water outside is pressing against the glass. Press, 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 holding you in, keeping the noise out. Look at the rug beneath your feet. It is a Persian design, woven with threads of emerald and silver. It is thick and soft. The pattern is intricate, geometric, and repetitive. If you trace the lines with your eyes, they go round and round. There is no beginning and no end to the pattern. Focus on a single silver thread in the rug. See how it catches the low light from the green fire. It glimmers faintly, then fades as the light shifts. The room is filled with shadows, deep, long shadows that stretch out from the furniture. The shadows are not scary. They are soft. They are places for your mind to rest. Under the tables, behind the sofas, in the corners of the ceiling, the darkness is pooling like thick oil. It is filling up the room, inch by inch. You can feel the dampness of the lake through the walls, but you are dry. You are wrapped in layers of wool and velvet. The contrast makes you feel warmer. There is a stack of books on a low table near you. They are leather-bound. The leather is cracked and worn. The titles are faded gold leaf. The books are heavy. If you were to pick one up, it would require effort. You do not want to make an effort. You only want to look at the dust settling on the spine. Listen to the fire again. A small log shifts and settles into the ash. The light dims slightly. The room becomes a shade darker. The green light from the water is the only true illumination now. It turns your skin to marble. It turns the furniture to silhouettes. You are in the belly of the castle, the deepest point, the anchor. Nothing moves fast down here. The pressure is too high for speed. Everything moves at the speed of the drifting weed outside. Everything moves at the speed of the cooling embers. Everything moves at the speed of your breathing. Inhale slowly. Smell the ancient paper. Smell the cold stone. Exhale slowly. Release it into the shadows. Look at the ceiling. It is vaulted stone. Sound bounces off it and dies. There are iron chains hanging down, holding chandeliers made of tarnished silver. The candles in the chandeliers are not lit. The wax is dripped down the sides and hardened long ago. Long stalactites of pale wax. They look like frozen tears. They are motionless, hanging in the gloom, waiting for nothing. Outside, the darkness of the great murky water is intensifying. It must be night above the surface. The faint, ambient light of the day is gone. Now there is only the blackness of the deep lake. The windows are like black mirrors now. They reflect the room back at you. You can see the reflection of the green embers in the glass, a ghost of a fire burning in the water. It flickers feebly. Your heavy eyelids are becoming too difficult to keep open. The green light is blurring. The sharp edges of the stone pillars are softening. The sound of the water thrumming against the glass is becoming a part of your own pulse. Thrum, thrum, thrum. It is a heartbeat of the earth, a slow geological rhythm. It tells you that you have nowhere to go, nothing to do. Sink deeper into the moss-colored velvet. Feel the texture of the fabric against your fingertips. It is soft, with a slight friction, warm and dry. Imagine the water of the lake is made of heavy syrup. Slow, viscous, holding the school in a timeless suspension. The Serpent's Hall is a capsule, a time capsule buried in the mud of the lake bed. Years could pass, and this room would not change. The dust would settle in the same spots. The weed would sway in the same current. The shadows would stretch at the same angles. There is comfort in that lack of change. There is peace in the stagnation. Nothing new will happen here tonight. You are bored, deeply, profoundly bored. And that boredom is a heavy, warm blanket draped over your mind. Let your mind wander to the stone floor. Imagine the coolness of it. Solid rock, immovable. Let your mind wander to the bookshelves lining the far wall. Hundreds of books, thousands of pages, millions of words that you do not have to read. They are closed. Their knowledge is sleeping, just like you. The fire gives one last soft pop. A small spark flies up and instantly goes black. The embers are glowing a dull, dark red now. The green tint of the room is fading into a comfortable gray. The shadows have won. They have filled the corners and are now covering your lap. You are safe in the green chambers. You are sealed in the underwater dormitory. The door is shut. The water is heavy. The stone is thick. Sleep is drifting down like the dust motes, slow, inevitable, landing softly on your mind. Drifting, sinking, settling into the silence of the deep.